Hey everybody, I am Jake, aka Bomber, and Corona times suck. 2020 has been crazy, and you know what? I think I wanted to jump out here and give a kind of a statement, an update on everything that's going on in Jobber Radio. I'm talking from top to bottom, from the podcast all the way to the lowest thing that we do. So it's going to be a little long. I like to ramble sometimes too, so I'm going to try to keep it short as possible. But there's going to be a lot of information here. There's going to be things that's going away, things that I plan on doing, like brand new things I'm talking about. That's going to be very interesting, by the way. But I have like you're going to see me like looking down at stuff. I have like an agenda, so I stay a little bit on topic. Okay, so we're going to go right off the top, the podcast. We haven't done the podcast since... was it March? I haven't looked at the date, but I think last episode was in March, several months ago. And the show is on hiatus. I kind of mentioned it in the past couple of episodes we did, that I think that we should go on hiatus because I wasn't that much into wrestling at the moment because of all the, no crowd and everything. Lee is the same way. He was expressed how he doesn't care about wrestling with no crowd either. Scott's definitely, he's chomping at the bit to get in there, and I understand that, and I like that. I respect that. Peanut was just having issues more than normal anyway, so Peanut was hardly ever available, and Rab was also unavailable for a good amount of time too. But so we are on hiatus from the last episode was in March until further notice. Jobber Radio, the podcast, is not going away. We started in 2012. We even had a 2-year hiatus at one point, which those old school out there followers, you remember that. But yes, we are not going away. We will be back. We're just on hiatus, and it's not going to be 2 years. I promise you, it will not be another 2 years. So don't think it's going to be forever. Also related to the podcast, it has not officially been stated. So I will do it right here. Matt Zion is officially gone from the podcast, crew, staff, hosts, whatever you want to call it. Not going to go in a lot of details. Long story short, those of you that follow Jobber Radio on Twitter and also Matt Zion on Twitter, him and I had a Twitter disagreement one day, and it kind of, it didn't end well, and he decided to leave the show. I have no bad feelings on my end. There was, dumb things said on both sides. I will admit things I said was stupid, and I would hope he would admit that things he said was dumb as well. But either way, he has left the show. That is his decision, and that's perfectly fine. So Matt Zion will not be returning to Jobber Radio. I assume the door was never closed on him. He left our group chat and said bye and just peaced out and all that. So he hasn't been blocked or banned or anything. It's just, I just don't think that he has any interest in coming back anyway. He has other stuff that he's more focused on now. So anyway, I just want to officially say that because people still comment, hey, where's Matt Zion? Why is he not showing up? Where is he going to be on the next episode? Don't plan on Matt Zion coming back, at least anytime soon. So, yes. Also, there's a lot of information that's going to be on this video, and as if you're listening to this on the feed, this is also being posted as a podcast episode because everything is really related to Jobber Radio right here. So this is the last episode that you'll hear if you're listening to this on iTunes for a good amount of time. But just to wrap up the podcast portion of this, we will be back. Follow us on at Jobber Radio on Twitter, and we will let you know when we do return and get things back going, up and running again. So follow us for that. Okay, moving on. This is a smaller portion. I'm trying to get the negative stuff out of the way first. Discontinuing a couple things on our YouTube series, different YouTube series. Booking Blunders, which was a Matt Zion creation. Plus, we kind of talk about that stuff in podcasts anyway, whenever we do the podcast. So that's really not made useful. Matches to Memories, that was also Matt Zion creation. It hasn't been done in fucking like 3 years, so I don't know. That's gone anyway. Woody Talk, if you guys were wondering about that. Woody also peaced out on us. So he left as well. So Woody Talk will not be taking place on the. It was happening on the Jobber Radio Prediction League YouTube after a while. It was on our in previous episodes are on our YouTube channel, but there will be no more of those. And one that I kind of hate to see go, but I think we just have to kill it off. Show Off. We only done like 3 episodes of this, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And I hope everybody that took part in it had a lot of fun too. But it took a lot of work. There's a lot of preparation. There's a ton of editing. Probably one of the most intensive editing episodes as far as graphics and just straight editing, video editing, that is. And there wasn't a huge turnout. We didn't really get the numbers were okay, but it wasn't worth all of the effort that went into it. And there was a lot, even though I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So don't look for that to come back. I was trying to get one last episode in, but after thinking about it, I'm like, dude, people probably don't care about it anyway. So no matter what, those series are gone. What am I saying? What I'm reading stuff as we go, because I wrote this like way early this morning. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We're not losing a whole lot here is what I wrote here. So those things are going to be discontinued on the YouTube channel. Don't anticipate any of those coming back. They're gone. So now we're going to get into a fun portion, a very good portion, new Jobber Radio content that is going to be coming to the channel, or who knows. Let me just get into them. I got a little list here. I've noticed after going through the YouTube analytics and trying to break everything down to see what people are interested in and what people actually come to the channel to see. And believe it or not, most of the content that people are coming to see is for CZW Combat Zone Wrestling content. I know that may sound crazy, like, oh, what, or any, like maybe the hardcore Jobber Radio fans, the guys you are on Discord and everything, you may hear me talk about CZW and not care about it at all, but a lot, almost, I don't have the exact numbers, but over half of our content views are all coming for CZW content, whether it's they wrestle in CZW or the rankings. I did the Cage of Death match ranking. So what I'm going to be doing, focusing later on, is I'm going to be doing more episodes of They Wrestle in CZW, because there's a ton of those I can do. I have scripts wrote for like 4 episodes right now. I just have to compile all the videos and edit and everything, do all the editing and everything. I already have one of them voiced over, actually, so I'm not going to spoil it. But anyway, and I want to do more CZW rankings videos, kind of like the cage match one, which took me a very long time to edit. That was that was something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I put a lot of passion into that video, and I worked super hard on that video. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's like 40 minutes, but I go super into detail and show I worked very hard on that video. So if you haven't seen that, please go check it out. It's I want to say it's one of my favorite things that I've done editing wise on the YouTube channel here. So I'm going to be focusing on some more CZW content. If that's not your thing, that's okay, because we got a lot more here. Let's see. One more thing that I wanted to put about CZW. I was thinking of maybe putting this on a Patreon, which we'll get into that tier later on. But I was thinking of getting the Jobber Radio cast. They're going to hate me, and they'll probably turn the idea down immediately. But I want to have some watch along commentary on some crazy CZW matches that obviously, like, I want Lee in there, I want Rab in there, I want Scott in there. I want them to see some stuff that obviously they've never seen before. I think that would be fun. I don't think that would be worth putting on like the actual YouTube channel, but that would be some really fun Patreon stuff. So that's something that I'm looking to do hopefully in the future. Also, here's another content thing. Last year, I really started doing a lot of opinion pieces. Some very unpopular opinions for some people. I understand that. But those were, my opinions. I tried to give my full, honest critique of stuff. Certain things about, chair shots, the Jim Cornette stuff. Jim Cornette, I could do a video on Jim Cornette like 3 videos a week, because there's always something controversial going on. Basically, I would take something that was, a hot topic in the wrestling world and do an opinion piece on it. Those usually did pretty good numbers. It got a lot of, traction. A lot of people, like, as far as like comments and stuff, interaction. It was a lot of fun. I love getting in the comments and talking with you guys about that stuff. So, and hear what you guys have to think, because obviously in a lot of topics, I have the minority voice. People don't usually agree with me, but it's still fun to debate and talk about these things with people. So, I'm thinking about bringing some of that back. I did like doing that. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you want me to bring them back? Either way, it's probably coming back. So, I will say this: there is no scheduled best in the business episodes at the moment, or through the end of this year. But we haven't talked about doing face of the year, because we recently did not face of the year, the greatest face of all time, because we did the greatest heel of all time on the last episode. So we were throwing names out. We're working on some brackets loosely, but nothing planned yet. But that series is not going anywhere. There will be more episodes down the road. So that's, staying true to Jobber Radio fashion. There are plans for Jobber Jeopardy. I have the three people set up. We actually had the day picked out, but my work screwed me over. So we have to pick a new day. But I have all of the questions done. Everything's ready to go. I even started working on another episode, working on new questions and stuff like that. So there will be a Jeopardy episode coming out within the next couple months, I would say. And it's going to be the hardest episode yet. That is for sure. So the retaining champion, Scott, will have his work cut out for him. We'll say that. That is definitely for sure. So the next thing I want to talk about is backyard breakdowns. We haven't done one of those in a very long time, maybe a year. I really was going to put that in the discontinued, but people really wanted to see Peanuts, like a part 2 of his backyard of honor, or what was it? Yard of honor, whatever we called that episode that he did. It was very funny, very hilarious to record. I think it came out very good, and we are going to do our part 2 of that episode at some point. Peanut says he has the footage ready to go. We just need to get a day where we can all get down and sit down and watch it and talk about it and make fun of how we're watching little children with no shirts wrestle in the backyard. But anyway, besides that, after that, I don't know. I mean, I have plenty of other footage, but Matt Zion was the other person that had the backyard content, and it was hard to kind of get him to do more footage, more episodes of that as it was. So it would just be my footage and us talking about my footage, and I don't think I wanted to do a rotation. So after we do Peanuts, we might do one more, maybe of something that I was in my old backyard fed, but I think that will probably be discontinued down the road. But we will definitely get that Peanut episode in. I promise you that at some point in time. I don't know when, but we will. Man, this one's... I have been brainstorming about doing more gaming content on our YouTube channel, more wrestling gaming content. Because of our TEW success, TEW series success, people have been really into that, and thank you all. If you're watching this for the first time and you've only seen our TEW stuff, thank you for hanging out and watching this and seeing what the hell we're about. But I really want to get into the WWE Battlegrounds game. I want to do some fun videos on that, and I want to hold a tournament. This is like a loose announcement, I guess, almost. I want to hold a tournament on WWE Battlegrounds. I don't know if we can get 8 people, 16 people. I don't know the number. I don't know the details yet. The game launches like mid-September. We'll figure it out. But I want to hold a tournament with actual like prizes. We usually do like t-shirts and stuff. Pro Wrestling Tees or WWE, shop or AEW shop, whatever. That might be a prize, or maybe we can talk about some stuff. I don't know if people like DVDs. I don't know what people like. We'll talk about something, a fun prize for the tournament. We'll spitball some stuff, but I want to have an actual tournament. It'll be featured on the YouTube channel. And I have like all kinds of ideas. Like I want to do fun brackets. I want to do like a little commentary over the stuff. I have like a lot of ideas for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So it'll be on Xbox and Steam, because I know those two are definitely cross-platform. So I'm going to be recording it on Steam on my screen, so that'll be the easier because I don't have an Xbox. I don't know if PlayStation or Switch will be cross-platform or not. So if you want to, maybe be in that tournament or you're interested just by this announcement, you probably want to get it on Steam or Xbox. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, so that's a soft announcement. Okay. Scott has been talking about, this is me and him, we've been privately talking about running a wrestling RPG campaign. Now, we talked about this a little while back, so I still want to do this very badly. I have a character picked out. I can't think, what's the name of the game? I don't know the name of the game. There's like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like, it's wrestling. There's a major RPG campaign out there for wrestling. I'm sure you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I didn't write it down here. But Scott wants to, I guess, DM, Dungeon Master that. He wants to be the one that runs that. He was talking about getting the books and everything. We haven't talked about that in a while. But that's something that I am going to try to push him along because I really want to do that. I think that'll be extremely fun. And I think you guys would love to see the interactions that we have. I think it'll be hilarious content. I think it will be great. So that's a little bit of maybe a rumor. I don't know if you want to throw it out there, a little teaser. Nothing set in stone, but something that I'm definitely pushing for to take place at some point down the road here on the YouTube channel. And here's another content tease for you that's not on the YouTube channel. I've been talking to Jonathan C.T. Martin, who is, if you are familiar with our Jobber Radio Prediction League, he is one of the guys that is on the creative team. He helps run the Prediction League right now, and he is doing a lot of work on the website. He came to me about wanting to do more article-based stuff on the website as opposed to, just posting Jobber Radio videos that we do and Prediction League stuff. I love the idea because back when I created the website, I envisioned all kinds of stuff. I wanted to do all kinds of articles and, rankings and, ratings and stuff like that. He has some ideas. So he's actually working on some stuff. I'm not going to go full into detail on everything he's working on, but a little teaser for one thing is he is breaking down all of the NXT takeovers that we've had because we're coming up on 30 right now, coming up later on this month. So he's going to rank all of the NXT takeovers in order from best to worst or worst to best. I don't know. I'm letting him do his thing. I'm excited to see it. So just want to throw that out there. Maybe we'll have some more actual web content that is not necessarily, in video form. So that should be fun. Now, I made this its own little category because it's kind of taken off on the YouTube channel. Our TEW series, our Total Extreme Warfare 2020 series. This is war. Now, if you know me, I have since the beginning of Jobber Radio, I've always been very picky on whose voice appears on the actual YouTube channel or on podcasts and stuff. I don't let just, this guy, he's been our viewer forever. Let's just jump him in and let's just do it. Let's get him on the show. So I think it was a very big step to bring in 3 new voices, 3 new personalities onto the channel. We're talking the Warden, Spring Tigers, and Luke Gray. I think they've all done a very good job. I've had a lot of fun. I think they've had a lot of fun running in our TEW series. If you haven't seen that, we have drafted rosters, and each week we're coming out with shows, and we've been kicking these out for 2 months now, 2 months straight. Every week we've hit episodes. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. A lot of fun hijinks goes on in those. So a couple bullet points I want to say about that is the editing on those are absolutely exhausting. I break it down. They end up being an hour each pretty much. And the amount of editing that goes into it is pretty crazy. I edit a lot of graphics. If you've watched the thing, you see how many graphics I've worked on for this thing. And the amount of hours we've cut down on our record time, but the amount of hours that we record is long. And I crunch it down. Our first record session was over 6 hours. And I crunched that down into like a 50 some minute video. Insane. The amount of editing and work that goes into these. They're a lot of fun though. But lately, I've been running into a lot of rendering issues on Adobe Premiere. So they've really cut into we were releasing every episode on Tuesdays. But now stuff's starting getting delayed because I set the rendering to go overnight and I wake up and it stopped at like 20%. So anyway, our record days are usually on Monday now, which is why Luke Gray is no longer kind of like voicing stuff because that cuts into his record availability. But we're moving we're keeping our record day on Mondays, hopefully. Nothing changed yet that I know of. But our release dates are no longer going to be aimed for Tuesdays to kind of give some wiggle room in there. I'm going to move those to Wednesdays. That is where I'm going to try to release the episodes the absolute best of my abilities. So if you're out there always wondering when do the TEW videos come out, 90% of them have come out on Tuesday, but from now on, they're going to be coming out on Wednesdays. So there you go. That is going to be the change of the schedule for that. And we will keep doing this series until you guys, lose interest, because we're having a lot of fun. It is a headache to edit. I will 100% say that. But once I release the video, once I see your guys, reactions, you guys seem to really be enjoying it. It makes all of it 100% worth it. And thanks for enjoying. We're having a lot of fun. So, got a quick little blurb here about live streaming. Believe it or not, we do have a Twitch channel that I stream on, not too often at the moment. But as we get further down the road here in this little video, or audio if you're listening to this on the podcast, you're going to hear that there is going to be more availability for me to be streaming. I will be streaming more often, not immediately, but down the road. I usually play games right now with me and my friends every night almost, on top of all this fucking editing and work stuff I do. We play Call of Duty almost every night, even if we get a couple games in. So Call of Duty, we have so much fun doing that. I'm a big League of Legends player. I plan on expanding, getting a lot more wrestling games involved. And I want to watch more old wrestling. I've done some of that, had a lot of fun doing retro wrestling streams in the past. And I've had a lot of fun watching CZW videos, CZW matches that a lot of people just haven't seen. Like, I've went back and watched all kinds of Jon Moxley matches way back before anybody knew who the fuck he was. It's fun to go back and watch a lot of guys that you never knew, like the other series, you never knew who they were in CZW, and go back and watch their matches. It's a lot of fun. So not a big update for the live streaming here for this video, but as we go further, you'll realize that there is going to be more time set aside for opportunities to stream. So there you go. So look forward to more live streaming on Twitch. Just search Jobber Radio if you're not following. Go follow right now. But there we go. So only three more things here. Three more little bullet points here to talk about. Patreon. First foremost, I probably should have done this one off the top. Everybody that has ever, supported on Patreon, backed on Patreon, anybody that still is, which isn't that many right now, but there never was that many, and that's okay. You guys don't know how much I thank you. I'm not good at these kind of things, I don't know. I feel awkward doing that, but it means so much. It means so much to me that you guys are supporting, and the amount of work that is put into everything. I wish you guys had a smidgen of a glimpse of how much work goes into Jobber Radio and doing everything that I do to try to have fun with everybody and, make the community a thing. So everybody that does back and support, it means the world. It really does. It means a lot. But right now we are in a pandemic, so I don't expect anybody, if you are supporting and you want to drop for a little bit, I know Legit Boss did, one of our Discord members. He said, you know what, well, I'm stopping, but I might throw back in after the pandemic and all that stuff. If people want to do that, I 100% understand that. It'd be stupid to get mad at people for stop supporting because of the way the world is right now. But after everything gets back to normal, hopefully it does, as normal gets, I guess, I am going to be completely restructuring our Patreon. A lot of people have thrown ideas out there. Redhead12 is one of our members that is one of our biggest supporters that we've had on Patreon, and he has thrown a lot of ideas out that I like. So I would say look forward to a lot of ideas that he said in the past. If you haven't seen them, you will see them eventually. So there is going to be a full restructuring basically of the Patreon. And I know a lot of people, personal people, like especially ones in the Discord, they're not the biggest fans of me, and I understand that, but I don't think you get the grasp of how much like it costs to run the website as well. I didn't. I went and got the website certified for like security or whatever it is, like, HTTPS and all that. And when I did, I went in through my payment history and I realized at this point I'm up to, I don't want to say dollar amount, over $800 that I've since 2017, which is 3 years. You think $800, maybe for some people that's not a lot of money, but that's a lot of money that I thought it was like 200, even I thought it was 200 a year, but that would just be 600. I don't know where I'm paying for more than what I thought, I guess. On the bottom line, the website, in order to run everything, the JRPL, like everything, it's not cheap. And I don't know what to say. It's not cheap, and any bit you will support when the time comes will be greatly appreciated. But look for a complete restructuring of Patreon coming down the road. Last thing I'll say about Patreon is I have wanted to do a lot more giveaways. I've talked to the Jobber Radio Prediction League guys about this, the creative team. I've wanted to do a lot more giveaways. Like each year we do like a shirt giveaway and stuff like that. I want to do more of those. I want to do more shirt giveaways. I want to do more different video game giveaways. Maybe 2K, what is it? 2K22 or whatever. They're not doing 2K21, 2K22, like bigger giveaways and more fun giveaway. I want to have more events and stuff like that, but running the website and all this kind of stuff, paying out of pocket, is expensive, and I want to, bring more fun, competitive prizes and stuff out as well. But there has to be more like support for Patreon, for Jobber Radio, just in general, for all those things to happen. But I really, really, really want them to happen, and hopefully, when things get back to normal, we can make those things happen. So that's the end of the Patreon talk here. The next one, which is probably actually kind of one of the most important ones in this entire video, is as far as my health and mental health. I wrote health and mental health update, which is what I put up here. So right off the bat, I will, I'm all about transparency in this video. Last year, 2019 was probably the second worst year in like my life. This is really weird, awkward stuff to talk about, but me and Jess, aka Kyoko, if you're in the Prediction League, we moved to Norfolk, Virginia, from Charlotte, North Carolina. I love Charlotte so much. We had a lot of friends there. We had a good times in Charlotte. But Jess got a great career opportunity. We moved to Norfolk. I'm not going to give you a full life story here. I'm just trying to paint a little picture really quick for you. I moved there without a job at the time, and I didn't realize not having a job how terrible that was going to be on me. Jess, her opportunity was great. She easily supported everything for both of us. She took care of everything. So money-wise, it's not like we weren't able to live. We were fine with that. But like, I didn't realize mentally, like, in how shitty it felt every day to like, not get up and go to work and like, carry my weight as far as, it sucked. And I got really down. As the Prediction League people know, I was done. I was ready to close down the Prediction League, which I ran for almost 3 years at that point. Every day was a grind with that. I love it still. I loved it at the time, but I was just in a really bad place. 2019 was horrible. Really bad time. Got a new opportunity. And we moved. That's where we are now. I'm living in Dallas, Texas now. Jess, we did the opposite. I got a good opportunity. We came here and she was on the sideline and I was taking care of everything. Now she just started a job. Literally, as I'm recording this, it's her third day on the job. So now we're both set. She's feeling good. I've been feeling absolutely fantastic for a while now. I feel a million times better. I just want to point out that I feel very good. But I will also say I am in probably the second worst shape of my life, though. So here is where the biggest announcement in this probably video is coming in right here. I am going to be focusing on eating better, exercising, and experiencing less stress in my life. Work is going fantastic. Everything else and literally everything else is very good besides how I look and feel and stress. Running Jobber Radio every day, trying to brainstorm things every day, thinking about the Prediction League every day, jumping on Twitter, trying to just engage stuff with the super fucking toxic Twitter wrestling universe. Sucks. It does. That part is like the worst, is just going through the everyday toxic grind of just trying to get out there. The Twitter and everything, I have fun sometimes, but most of the time it ends up just getting in arguments and everything just sucks. Just same as, Twitter. I don't have to describe that. So here it is. I am going to be taking an extended break from creating content after this current batch of content that I have planned is done, as far as like Jobber Jeopardy, stuff like that, and the TEW series. We're at least going to get through this next month in the TEW series, which is 5 more weeks, 5 more videos as far as, the 4 weekly shows and the pay-per-view. After the planned content that I have to record and edit and, release and do, I am going to be taking an extended break from pretty much all of it. Everything I've already talked about and listed above and said, all that's taking place. Trust me, it's going to happen. If you know me, when I get home from work, what do I like to do? I like to fucking work. I don't know. I'm weird. So I'm going to try to pump the brakes on that though. And whenever I get home from work, what am I going to do? I'm not going to think about Jobber Radio. I'm not going to think about creating content. I'm not going to think about creating graphics. I'm not going to think about, updating the website. I'm not going to think about doing this. I'm going to think about spending time with Jess, spending time with my friends online, playing video games. That's where the streaming is going to come in, by the way. I don't consider like streaming. Sometimes streaming is hard. I'm not saying streaming is easy, but I'm not going to be streaming to become a Twitch streamer. I'm going to be streaming to have fun with you guys, with my other friends. If you guys want to join, great. Let's have a good time. Let's play some games. Let's do it. And if you don't want to, I'm not going to stress out about it. I'm not going to stress out about, why am I not getting anybody in here? I'm just going to be streaming for fun. I would love for you guys to show up, and interact, and do all those kinds of things, but I'm not going to put any stress or pressure on it at all. So that's where the streaming is going to come in more into play here soon. So now, I said I'm going to take an extended break from creating everything once this is all done. So looking at a calendar, I kind of like wrote down like where this break would take place. And I think once we get this current stuff done, which will get us through August, I think around the beginning of September or, maybe mid-September is where I'm going to start this break. And it's going to last probably through October into November. So it's basically going to be a 2-month the podcast on hiatus. It's going to be a hiatus from me doing stuff in general with Jobber Radio. So so I don't want anybody to freak out. I don't want you to think, oh my God, Jobber Radio, it's done. That's not true. Okay. I'm going to come back. Everything I listed above, we're going to do it. I'm so burnt out. I've been running Jobber Radio very hard since beginning of 2017 is when I started building the website. So 3 straight years of every single day, even if I'm not producing something, I'm planning, I'm writing, I'm editing graphics. Sure, there's days in between where I'm not doing that, but almost every single day I'm working on stuff. So I want to take a break from that, and I'm going to take a break and just not think about anything and play games. So that's going to be happening. I'm going to be much less active on social media. I'm going to be much less active on Discord. I'm going to be much less active everywhere where you see me, besides probably Twitch, which is where you'll see me more, probably on Twitch. But it's going to be a different environment. It's going to be me not worrying about drama, not worrying about stressing out about getting things done, setting record dates and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably the biggest update of this entire video is I'm going to be working on exercising. I'm going to come home. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to exercise. I'm just going to try to fucking get better, because I was in a really bad place last year. I'm in a really good place right now. And I definitely feel like I can get in like a best possible place. I think I'm aiming to do that, at least for me personally. So, yeah. So, the last thing I want to talk about is another major thing that Jobber, probably the biggest part of Jobber Radio currently, or the past couple of years at least, has been the Prediction League, which, if I had to measure how many hours I've poured in the JRPL, it would be immeasurable. There's a lot, too many hours. So I stand 100% by Jobber Radio is the best prediction league on the internet. I'm still waiting for somebody to challenge me and show me that it's not the best prediction league on the internet. Because it is. It has been for a long time. We put a lot of pride into this. Right now, I want to also say thank you to Jonathan C.T. Martin. I want to say thank you to GMSG, Spring Tigress, Redhead 12, and Scott. I want to thank all of you for when I was in a really shitty place and I was ready to just cut everything with Jobber Radio. Not just the Prediction League. Prediction League was the biggest part of it, but I was ready to just fucking cut ties and rethink everything about my life. But we're not there anymore. I'm feeling much better. So I want to thank all of you guys so much for picking up the slack, for taking over, for running the shows, for doing all the work. And these guys will tell you, Jobber Radio Prediction League is no fucking joke to run. It's not the best prediction league on the internet by fucking accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of preparation and dedication and hours put into prepping and executing stuff. So thank all of you for that. There have totally been disagreements between me and the team. I'm more of just kind of, at the current time, just overseeing stuff. I'm not really, I'll chime in with opinions. I really have no say whenever there comes time to vote on stuff. I try to not vote on stuff. I will definitely voice my opinion if I disagree with something or stuff like that. And there has been several of those cases. But I think that's normal when you got a bunch of people running something that you cared about for a long time. And I think that's totally normal. But the Jobber Radio Prediction League is going to run... it's going to continue to run as scheduled. I have faith in these guys. They're doing a good job. They're going to keep doing a good job. I hope they're going to keep doing a good job. I'm going to let them do their thing. Especially like when I step away, they're probably going to be so happy when I step away here coming up for a couple months, because I have them, let them have free reign, to a certain extent, because I won't argue a lot of stuff, but they're going to be happy when I don't even say a fucking word, and let them do all kinds of crazy stuff that I would never approve of. But when I do come back, I do have some bullet points of what is going to happen when I do come back after these 2 months, for the Jobber Radio Prediction League. When I do return, I do want to be more involved than I currently am in the Prediction League. Right now, like I said, I don't do squat pretty much. I oversee stuff. I make graphics, all the graphics and everything. I do that. That's going to stay the same. I'm going to keep doing that. I guess for these months I'm gone, they better fucking figure out what they're going to do graphic wise. All right. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll talk about it before I go away. Anyway, but I do want to get more involved when we come back. Probably join the creative team. Get back into helping run the Prediction League that I, built back in 2017. I'm going to be revamping pick-based icons. Right now, you got the red font. I hate them. You can't see the words very well, and I hate the shadow behind the wrestlers. Those need revamped. They look very dated. Especially a lot of the wrestlers too have like been upgraded, and we need more new pick bases. That's gonna come with a lot because we have a lot of people on the roster. I want to add more prizes, like what I talked about in the Patreon section. But we need some more support, and I think that we're getting a new core of people in here. I've been seeing a lot of new faces in the JRPL. And we've been getting a lot of new eyes on Jobber Radio lately, especially from our TEW series, that I want to create more fucking prizes. I really want to do that. I want to make JRPL even better than it already is, because it can always be better than what it already is. I want to bring in more prizes. It's not going to happen. I want to point this out. I even had envisions of like whoever the world champion is, literally like get a, I don't know how, not a real belt, not like a replica like Woody talked about getting one time, but get some kind of belt. And like we'll ship it around to whoever like I've had stupid, crazy ideas like that I've wanted to do, but that stuff like that is money, and I don't have all of this money to just throw everywhere. We need more support along the way from people. So if we can get that support, I have ideas for a lot more prizes and fun stuff to do, but we need support when we get there. If you can. I have been talking about this for a long time. I am going to, when I talk about putting money in to Jobber Radio, I've been talking about paying for advertising for Jobber Radio and the Prediction League. I've been talking about it for a little while now. I haven't quite found the best way to do it, but I swear to God, I am going to do it once I come back from my little hiatus. I swear to God. If I don't, I want people to fucking get on me every day. Like, hey, have you done the stuff yet? When have you done the stuff? I know, Red, you're going to do this. Hey, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? You need to. Where's the advertising going? Blah blah blah. I am going to advertise for us. I want our community to grow. We are a small but fierce community, very fierce in some aspects. I want us to grow. I want us to thrive, man. We have so much fun. I know people will enjoy what we do. I know they will. It's a matter of getting eyeballs on what we do to bring them in. If they see everything that goes on, they know nobody can touch us. Nobody has a prediction league like us. Nobody does. Not as good anyway. They can try to copy, but it's not as good. So I am going to get advertising out there some fucking where, and we are going to bring in more eyes on the Prediction League, on the YouTube channel, on just Jobber Radio in general. We are going to get more eyes on this bad boy. I promise. Don't let me forget that. I'm not going to forget it, but get on me about that. Because I've talked about doing it and I just never have done it. We're wrapping this up here very, very shortly. Trust me. So this is literally the last thing I have for the bullet point for the JRPL. I remember I said, if you heard me, I said 2020 is going to be the greatest year for Jobber Radio Prediction League. Well, I didn't quite anticipate a pandemic. I don't think anybody did, obviously, but I surely didn't. This year, I don't think was our best year. It has been bad. It definitely has been bad, but, creatively, we've had all kinds of really fun ideas. We've had Soundstage in a Cage. We've had the Terminator story. We've had all kinds of weird, wacky cinematic stuff take place that has spawned out of this pandemic era. But the shows haven't been there. So many shows have been canceled, and I feel like it's really just effed up the flow of the Prediction League this year. So I will say this is just kind of more of a closing statement, just kind of like, hurrah! We're going to end 2020 strong in the Prediction League. I know these guys are going to run it very well while I'm gone. When I come back, I'm going to do my absolute best to jump in there and help out and make this go to the next level. But 2021, I'm promising you, again, unless there's another fucking pandemic, this one might still be going on during that. I don't know. But wrestling is actually kind of coming back. Even indies are back now. But 2021 will be the best year for the Jobber Radio Prediction League. I promise. I do promise. I promise. So there you go. That's everything. There's a lot of small things in there, some big things. But that is our current status right now. We're a lot of hiatuses. I've said the word hiatus a lot. But it is what it is, guys. I wish I could just keep plugging and we can get everybody on and just do everything every single week and every single day. But on top of all of that stuff, I have a full-time job. A lot of these other guys have full-time jobs. A lot of these other guys got families. So much goes into this. Real life really does play a part. Plus you add the pandemic. Plus you add everything else that's going on. I personally am going to pump the brakes from Jobber Radio for a couple months. I'll recharge the batteries. We'll come back. We're going to do everything that we talked about here. And I think we're going to knock it out of the park. I'm really excited. I'm really as I was coming up with these ideas, I wanted to just go ahead and do them. But I know I'm just going to burn myself out even more because I'm so fucking burned out. I am. I really am. I fucking am so hard. But I still get excited when I come up with new ideas because I'm always coming up with new ideas. So we're going to do them. We're going to have a lot of fun. Don't worry. The podcast will be back. Everything is going to jump right back up to where it was and be better than it was before. But first, we're going to have a little cool down period here on Jobber Radio. Okay. So there you go. Last thing I want to say, for real, if you stuck through this whole video, first of all, thank you for hearing me rant for, holy fuck, 46 minutes I've been straight recording. I don't know how this editing is going to go, but shit, you know what? I'm not even going to edit it. I'm not even going to edit because fuck Adobe Premiere. Fuck Adobe Premiere. But anyway, for real, thank you so much. I can't say it enough, guys. Jess has told me I stress out a lot about the Jobber Radio so much. In a good way, she's told me so many times to just walk away. Not in a fuck all those guys. Not in a mean way, but she sees how much I care. It may not always come off. I may come off like a total dick bag to a lot of you. I know a lot of you don't like me. I know that in our Discord. A lot of you don't, and I know that. But I swear to God, I think about Jobber Radio every day. I think about trying to build this up every day, and I try the best I can every single day. Whether you like me or not, I swear to God, that is the truth. That is what it is. And whether you like me or you don't like me, I will say thank you for helping be active, be a part of the community. And I hope that you are open and willing to, help Jobber Radio grow at the end of this year. And hopefully I've been trying so hard to get us up to the next level. I'm trying. We'll see where it goes. But I'm going to end this video right now. Guys, comment down below any questions, concerns, feedback, whatever. I will answer everything I can. I will answer everything. Not everything I can. We don't have enough people where I can't answer everything. I always answer everything when you guys talk. So I'll at least hit that like button if there's no response worthy. But that's it. I'm getting out of here. I just had so much to get off my chest. So much to just get out there to you guys. And I haven't really talked to you in a certain, just straightforward like this before. So I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a very often thing, but who knows? Maybe we'll do more of these, vlog style videos in the future. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to stop this recording. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much. And let's fucking make Jobber Radio the best thing we can. How about that? All of us. Okay. All right. See you guys.